Omaha, Nebraska. Even though chickens can't fly very far, egg prices are skyrocketing. The price of eggs in the United States has more than doubled over the past year as a result of a persistent avian flu outbreak, rising feed, fuel, and labor costs, and this has caused some sticker shock in the grocery store aisles. According to the most recent government statistics, the national average price for a dozen eggs rose to $3.59 in November from $1.72 a year earlier. The financial health of restaurants, bakeries, and other food manufacturers who rely largely on eggs is being affected, as well as consumer budgets. But because egg farmers were hurt harder by the bird flu, egg prices are up much more than other items, even more than chicken or turkey. Egg-laying chickens made up more than 43 million of the 58 million birds that were killed in the past year to contain the virus, including some farms with more than 1 million birds each in important egg-producing states like Iowa. Every person who approaches the egg display at an Omaha Hy-Vee supermarket has a grumpy expression, according to customer Nancy Stamm. It's still a cheap supper, according to Stamm. However, the 70-year-old claimed that given the cost, she would keep a closer eye on her eggs in the refrigerator and work to prevent them from spoiling before being consumed. Kelly Fisher stated that she will begin seriously considering constructing a backyard chicken coop in Chicago if prices continue to be this high because every member of her family consumes eggs. Even finding eggs on the shelves might be challenging in some areas. However, the total flock is only down about 5% from its normal number of roughly 320 million chickens, so overall egg supplies are holding up. Following an outbreak, farmers have been striving to replace their flocks as quickly as possible. Jacob Werner, 18, claimed that in order to gain weight and build strength, he consumes 5 to 6 eggs every day at the lowest price he can find. Jason Lusk, an agricultural economist at Purdue University, asserted that the avian flu pandemic is the primary cause of the price rises. In contrast to previous years, the virus persisted all summer and returned last fall, infecting farms that raise chickens and eggs. Bird flu is not the only cause of what we are currently facing, but in my opinion it is the predominant one, according to Lusk. However, Emily Metz, President and Chief Executive Officer of the American Egg Board Trade Association, asserted that she thinks that cost rises producers have experienced over the previous year have had a greater impact on price hikes than bird flu. According to Jada Thompson, an agricultural economist at the University of Arkansas, there may be some relief in egg prices in the coming months because egg farmers have been steadily replacing their flocks lost to bird flu last year and demand will be somewhat lower now that people have finished baking for the holidays. But she added that if there are any other sizable outbreaks at egg farms, avian flu remains a wildcard that may possibly push prices higher. Farmers are making every effort to stop the disease's spread, but wild birds that are migrating can readily carry the virus and it can even be picked up on clothing or automobiles. The inability to easily replace eggs in recipes is affecting food manufacturers and eateries. Patty Stabaugh owns 2 eateries and 2 bakeries in Conway and Russellville, Arkansas, and all of her food and supplies are more expensive now than they used to be. Stabaugh still buys eggs for all of her breakfasts even though she's shifted to a less expensive frozen egg product for some of her baked items. The price of a case of 15 dozen eggs has increased from $36 to $86 in the past year, but everything else she buys is equally more expensive. She is now super cautious about every little item, according to Stabaugh. We employ a large number of people, and we are accountable for paying their wages each week and providing for their families. We are quite serious about that. But it has undoubtedly been difficult, added Stabaugh.